to go to Cavalier Saturday, see how that all happens.
I wonder, because there's an island off of Layton, Utah, called Antelope Island. Same exact thing.
I think it's kaput.
Kind of
And now,
like the dust
now
finally.
they call it.
Oh, the election, so where'd it go? It's
It's
gone? It's, oh, it's in the fire.
They also had similar to the way in Australia, you know, where they destroyed the whole
Going live.
whole continent.
Maybe
Going
you can
live.
see me on the phone, I don't know, you have to see, I don't know, but I'll let them know.
Apparently we're live from the start. Let's open the meeting. He's here. Sitting in the audience.
That's right, I'll spoke here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, I see the regulars are here.
Sounds good from out there.
Good. Alright. So we had planned an assessors meeting, which actually we will have an open assessors meeting, but we only have one item to deal with. We should have been given a separate attachment from the lawyer that says that the Board of Assessors in fact has to sign the abatements and supplements. It can't be the agent. And so he's been, he's submitted abatements and supplements for us to approve of, but they have to be redone with our signature line on them. We can't, like, I thought maybe we'd be able to just like vote yes and let him sign it. That's not what we have to sign them. We just got this apparently today. Yeah, we just got this at 2 o'clock today.
What answer is that?
Has to be signed by the majority of the board.
What are you saying, Nancy?
It just said that he notes on that one page that it's gotta be signed by the majority of the select board.
Or the Board of
Right, but if you know, what starts on this page and that little last page that's in the staple. It just
Oh,
said
there
that
it is.
that correctly, you know, it was signed and submitted by the agent for presentation, and it's not valid unless it's signed by the majority of the select board.
Oh, okay.
I even tried to, I
Okay,
even
so
asked
it's
to
the
see.
select board that actually signs it?
Yeah.
Not the Board
Well,
of
if you
Assessors?
got, well, if you keep reading Susan, there you're both the same, kind of.
Right.
You're both
Yeah.
the same.
Oh, gotcha,
And
okay.
it depends on the type of abatement. One's considered assessors and one's considered, select board. And I'm not getting into that because it's not me.
So Fred has not forwarded this to Mark yet because he was showing to run it by us first. So what do you want to do with that? We kind of have to abide by it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll just have to,
So,
he'll have to submit the forms.
so we're gonna say if
Signature
the abatements and supplements he submitted has to be just resubmitted
Or just read yours.
for us.
Yep.
There's no sense in reviewing it.
Nope.
Okay. Well, so we're out of the assessor meeting. Did you get that? Did you got what we talked about? During assessor meeting, very good, we've never had that before. Open select board meeting. So, we need a motion to sign the warrants.
I'll make a motion to sign the warrant.
All in favor? So, before we sign the warrants, I think we probably should skip to the, where is it? Sorry. Employee Christmas bonus, which is part of this warrant, so I think we probably need to, before we sign the warrant, we need to agree to that.
Good idea.
So, right? So,
And that's from the MMA reimbursement.
Workers' comp.
Right.
it's what we normally do, we
Yep.
divide it amongst the, you
Yep.
know, full and part-time
Some years we get,
employees, sometimes
we
it's
get
more,
some,
sometimes
sometimes
it's
we
less. So if that's in agreement, if you're in agreement of that amount. and
I think
where
that's a
it
great
came
way to
from,
do it. I think the breakdown's good.
I think it is too.
Yep,
So I'm good with that. Do we
I'm
have a
good with
vote?
that.
A motion?
I'll make the motion if we needed to approve the bonuses as outlined.
All in favor? Okay, so now.
With that being said,
We can sign the warrants.
yeah,
Now, go ahead. I know what you're gonna say.
While signing the warrants, if I may make a motion to approve the minutes of November 6, 2024 select board meeting as written, if you were here.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Just on a note on the workers' comp, Jason was down last week and said that our workers' comp is going to double next year. Well, actually starting in January.
So,
The claims we had last year.
This is
which
surprising.
was, which was,
Big one.
oh, that, it
That's
just kind of,
basically-
it just got caught up with us.
Yeah, because
Oh,
always a year
they go
behind.
calendar year, yeah.
The year
Okay.
behind.
Okay. Do we have that in the budget?
No. Not a lot. We never know. I mean, we're a fiscal on their calendar, so,
Right, well, so it's gonna affect us for 6 months anyway.
yeah.
Okay, so we are tabling the personal property tax write-off since Ruby was,
She was audited out.
totally busy with the auditor.
She was
She
audited,
was,
she had
yeah.
2 or 3 audits last week.
So, the Safe Harbor had a $1 million line of credit. We are gonna close that because we don't need it anymore. Because it's now the main DOT's issue.
It's a beautiful thing.
So I think we don't need a vote, but I think it would be nice if we had one. I'll make a motion, we close the line of credit. One second. All in favor? And just for your information, I happened to bump into, flying through Washington DC on the way to California this last weekend. Who did I bump into at the pizza place in the airport? Susan Collins, yay! So she of course brought up Safe Harbor and said, we're on it, it's gonna happen, and I said, you better come to the groundbreaking, which I hope is April 1st. Just a little. So, cemetery update,
That's gonna be, well, they
Tabled.
want it to be tabled for 12/4 because Mark's
Oh,
not
right,
here and
right,
asked
that was
for it.
Mark's
And
idea.
he said Barbara and Lauren were okay with that.
okay.
No, I was told that by Lauren that it was gonna be postponed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Thank you.
Lubec Water District repair letter invoice, Dicky.
The invoice was for when we was prepping for Brownville, doing Maury.
Yeah, yeah.
It was in the process of cleaning out alders and brush, and I snagged a couple of shut-offs. So, I mean, it is what
Right,
it
it
is.
is what it is.
So,
That's no problem. My only question to you is when we nicely help them with something, are we gonna be, reciprocating with a little?
yes, Michael and I
sweet
had a
invoice.
conversation about this because he didn't really wanna do it, but he was instructed. And I said, I'm totally okay with that because it was something that,
Because we're gonna do that too.
right, and it was something, I didn't do it, it wasn't done deliberately or maliciously
No,
or
no,
anything
no,
like
no,
that. So I said I had no problem.
No, yeah, I
Taken
got
care
you,
of.
but,
We're
going
we're
forward,
working,
if you do extra things that aren't on, not part of your job description, but are just helping them, I think we need to just reciprocate.
and we have.
Can I just ask
I mean, I shouldn't be singularly saying that, so.
can I just ask a historical thing in the past? In situations like this, an accidental damage to their property were rebuilt before?
No.
Okay.
And so, I would like to make a motion that if, we do something out above and beyond our normal, reciprocity with that department, that we would go ahead with a similar invoice.
I agree with that, and I'll second it for discussion. My concern is just the animosity between the two departments is
But it's
sad.
money, it's money, so.
But there's state law around the governing of that, so I really think come the new year, we should be having some conversation, especially if they're thinking about applying for grants, that they need us to collaborate on with this.
Well,
It's
as a
not good,
selectman,
you
you can
know?
request their company at one of our meetings.
Yeah,
I
we
think-
absolutely could, I think. Go ahead.
I think it's getting better, I think it's still, there's some smoldering that needs to be put out. So, I mean, I do really think that it's, for the betterment of it, I think it's getting better. I may be completely wrong, but I know the work that we do from Public Works to the crew for, the water company, it has never really changed. So, I mean, it's a matter of boards, I guess, how each one of these want it to go.
So in the past, if there was damage in a project that involved the water department, they would just eat that bill?
They did, because we was going along behind them and patching in all the spots that were dug up, and we never billed for the hot top or anything like that, so. I mean, it was
It
was
was
collaborative.
working out,
Yes,
it was this.
but it's not working,
So it's just-
it's more on paper now.
Right, so it's to the point now that, and I mean, nothing's happened since then, because, I mean, Michael's been to me and said, hey, I wanna do this today, and then they concreted the sidewalk in and took care
So
of that.
we didn't
and whatnot.
decide to invoice them for hot topping everything?
Not prior to any of this to
So
Water
what,
Street.
what is it?
It's gonna be a tit for tat.
Well then, but then, so we're, yeah, but they're giving us a bill.
Oh,
So
I
if
know.
they're giving us a bill,
Yep.
we're giving them a bill.
Yep.
You know, I mean, personally speaking, you know, you can, it's an accounting issue.
Yeah.
If
That's where I was
if
wondering.
there's time, that, you know, it's just departmental, and in the corporation, if one department uses another department's time, it's just, it's not personal, it's accounting. Hey, we spent 3 hours doing this, and it costs this much material, and it's on, and
Michael said
unfortunately,
he
they're not part of the
it
town.
bothered him to give me that, but I was like, Michael, I don't have a problem with it. This particular time and
Well, if
thing
there's
right here,
no,
I don't have a problem with
sometime, okay, so that's the mistake we're making. You can't have, sometimes it's okay, and sometimes it isn't okay.
Right.
It's like always gonna be accounted correctly or not, one or the other. Do you agree?
Black and white.
It's gotta be, well, you know, we're buddies, but we spent 3 extra hours doing this for you, and
Well, in
here's
this
our bill.
situation, there was damage. In this situation, there was damage, so I understand that. To the water system, wasn't there
Okay,
valves broke or
okay, so
something?
there was damage, and so they had to fix it. But they also didn't have to go follow their work and hot top it
Oh,
either.
100%.
So I
Yeah.
think it's.
We didn't on that particular.
Okay, so obviously, that's part of the warrant, we agree to pay it, we're gonna pay it, but I just think that going forward, unless it's something,
Actually, this
Little.
isn't part of the warrant. Check doesn't make that yet.
oh, okay, so we
I
have,
made sure it was discussed
we have to
first.
agree to pay it. Do we have a motion to pay it?
Are we going forward with this then? I mean, more saying that's the way it's gonna be done. Is that
Well, I
something we
don't
do?
think it
Can
should
we-
be
can we
looked
not-
at as tit for tat, it
Well,
should be
can
looked
we-
at as accounting principles in different departments. I mean,
that
that's
makes sense.
really.
That makes sense, but, you know, when you look at the historic part of it, when we look at, you know, how it's described in state law, how the water department should be working with us, the challenge that we have around sewer and water, and I didn't even share a conversation I had with PUC since the last time, because I finally heard from somebody. And I just think it might be advantageous that maybe after the new year, we try to maybe have a meeting with the water
Sit
department
down.
trustees and see if we can get to some place where it's not tit for tat, because that's pretty sad. That's, you know.
Well,
And I agree that the-
I don't see it that way. I mean, it could have come up from that, but I think that if a significant amount of time from the public works and the town's perspective
So we
works for the water department for some, whatever, and they do the same thing for us, then it needs to be put in paper, time and supplies, to make it so that it's not, oh, but he did me a favor, but you can't keep track of that.
And then I have no problem with that,
So,
and
I
and the
don't
vice
see it
versa. I
described
just
that
think
way.
that it's a little sad after the, wait till next year for the leak that appears that it was
Well,
water.
I think
and then-
that
and then
issue was a
this.
big problem.
Right, and then this, in sending a bill in practices that it's never been before. You know what I mean, like it's never been before.
So we need to sit down and
So
talk.
they could have
so
came
you're
and
gonna
talked to
bill
us before
and we're
this.
gonna bill you, it is not that it's accounting,
Right.
it's just fair,
So,
there's no more,
But
you know.
would it be
so how do we
logical-
bill for them? Like, you know, how are you gonna like,
Time and materials, like anything else is billed. We spend 3 hours, you know what your hourly rate is, you put that down times the material. It's very simple. No personal at all, just 3 hours of us, $50 of this, and here's your bill. And you
Is
can
it
do it
worth-
on a monthly or a quarterly basis.
Is it worth sitting down with them at least to find out, I mean, if we decide this way, is that something they wanna do
We
too?
were supposed, we were
Well,
supposed to.
they've
do it.
already,
set the
they've
precedent.
already set the
Yeah.
So
precedent.
this is what they wanna do.
That's
I mean, they outlined
obvious,
this
they've already
entire
billed
bill.
us, so
I mean, the
we
bill
either
was
can just
hourly.
ignore it, pay the bill, or obviously we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same thing, why should we not?
No,
13.5 hours down there, huh?
Between the two blocks, yeah.
For that.
Oh, we was right there with them on one of them.
Mm.
I dug it.
And at what rate?
Charge them.
you dug it?
50 an hour.
You dug it for this repair that they're billing us
One
for?
of them.
So did you bill them for your digging
50
time?
an hour.
So let's bill them for that.
I agree with you, Nancy.
Let's bill them for our digging time on this job.
Well, but I did, so I was
Well,
Well,
fixing.
did it with-
yeah,
fixing my
I,
car.
That was
yeah,
our ditch problem, wasn't it? Weren't we ditching?
Yes.
so, so going forward, if
Yeah.
there's something, I mean,
yeah, you're gonna have to
obviously,
start tracking that,
if
sorry to
it's
say.
some kind of like over the top, extra help. I mean, I remember you did something that you didn't have to do, you guys did.
We're not
Sewer
supposed,
department, remember?
right, but we're not supposed to have, if they hire a contractor to do a job within the streets or the sidewalks of the town, we're not supposed to have to go back and do anything
Right.
Did you have, is that what you had to do?
in the past.
Oh, well,
Because
no.
in order to get it corrected, we've done it.
Well, that's when we're gonna just sit and
So,
look
I
at
mean,
things
it's-
again.
Yep.
So you're not, you shouldn't have to do that. If they,
I think
they
we
hired
sit
a
down and do
contractor.
Or in the future, if
Sit down
you
is
do
a good
do
idea.
it, then we're gonna have to be
Right.
billable
It's
time.
your work, you do it to completion. If it's our work, we do it to, if we step on each
Right, but
other's
if they're-
toes, then.
If their contractors
bill.
leave and it's incomplete and they have to correct it to make
Well,
it
they
work,
should have the
then we
contract.
bill them.
But see, what
you
the
know?
what the problem is when something's done like that, is getting the compaction and being able to hot top immediately. Because usually that doesn't happen. We don't even do that.
Well, I saw that those drains just got
Yeah, they
fixed
just
after
got
what, a
done.
year.
Yeah.
We were all falling into those
Right.
pit holes there.
Ready to dead to die.
I know, it's like, whoops, what was that? Oops, I just-
Is it also particularly the fact that tit for tatting with insurance and all, them doing work on their job and time, it can cause, I could just see somewhere down the line that becoming an issue as well. If it's supposed to be, oh, we were just doing it, and then you get hurt,
Yeah, well,
does the insurance company go, ah, you're just doing it?
Well, not only that, if there's damage that's big enough, all of a sudden it's an insurance claim.
Right,
and who did it? That's the thing.
right.
Fine.
But I mean, Michael, since we had the joint meetings, the only thing we haven't done is had our meeting that we was going to discuss future projects and
Well,
layout
that's
the
what-
works.
how about we
and
do it in
that.
January?
That's the only thing that hasn't been done. I mean, other than that, the discussion between Michael and I is, hey, we're gonna do this. Do you have anything going on or this or that? And I do the same thing. It's just,
So you guys are talking to each other,
Yes.
it's just the higher up billing people are deciding what to do. Okay, well, January sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So can we put them on in January, and maybe not the first one, maybe the
Did we
second
approve,
one?
did we approve this bill?
Well, we're still
I
working
think
on
we
it.
had a motion, didn't we?
Yes, we had a motion and a second,
And a
so
second.
all in favor of paying the bill? Okay,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
bank account signer letter, so there's a letter here we have to sign to put to you,
And
to change the,
Ruby's not on the Bangor savings tonight, there's a conflict. I'll stand up, I'll stay after the meeting.
well, she's right
Oh,
here.
she is? I've got paper on.
Okay, well then,
I'm the reprint.
why don't you reprint
Yeah.
that without her name and we'll sign this one. So I need a motion to sign myself, Dan, Bailey, Ruby, and Suzette on the Bar Harbor accounts. Apparently she's redoing the one
Yes.
for Bangor Savings because Ruby has a conflict of interest on that bank. She probably has an account there or something. Do I have a second? Should be somebody other than
Yeah.
the two of us.
Oh, okay.
There should be a motion and a second from other than
All right,
us.
so I'll make the motion that we sign the paperwork for the
Thank
banks
you.
as listed.
Oh.
I was thinking that, but.
All in favor?
Okay, you can talk with the comp plan, I go reprint it.
Okay, well, the only thing about the comp plan is the state
Accepted it.
accepted it.
Yeah,
so
and it's
that's-
good until 2036.
Oh my gosh,
For that is like.
12?
Excellent.
Carol, you
that is
still gonna
like
be here to
excellent.
approve the one in 2037?
I have, Oh,
Come on.
unless I'm Joanne, no. She was here, what, 22 years or something?
Forever.
Okay, town office closed the 28th and 29th, Thanksgiving and the day after. Oh, the town mooring ball, you might have seen on social media that we had a complaint about styrofoam, which really
I
wasn't
did
coming
see
out of
that.
the ball. It was all fixed. Yes, he come out on a Sunday and got the ex-head of the harbor board out there and see, you can't just like change the mooring ball. You have to have equipment, you have to have someone lifting it up and redoing it and getting the little swivels and clamps. And the town doesn't own any of that equipment to do, so it's begging and borrowing to get anything done. So that's why we appreciate cooks. So we finally got a dragger to help us. The person who sold this ball in the first place. We have a nice new ball out there now.
That's just one ball?
There was just one ball.
One ball that was leaking.
It was cracked. I will say that it was cracked. I'm not gonna say that it was leaking because I didn't see anything out of it. But it's fixed. But we've got appointment papers, but let me see. I guess we're appointing Jerry Grandelsky for the playground committee.
Oh, yeah,
Do we have a motion?
I'll move.
Second? All in favor? I don't know who he is, but we're happy that he wants to
Yeah,
be
really,
the
somebody else on the
playground.
playground committee, yay.
And that was Nancy and Dan. You did the second. Did you do the second? Nancy and Dan Bailey did the abatement first and second while you were gone. So this one is for the other day, for the same people, but not Ruby.
Yes.
So Nancy, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve that they sign this.
And,
I will say.
Oh, thank goodness.
all in favor? It's whatever. Okay, good. So, people are all getting their stipends, the firemen and all of that
Oh, that's good, okay.
tomorrow. Just letting you know. Sewer abatement we can do, right? So we have a sewer account number 407400, an abatement of 8610. It's seasonal, should have been the minimum bill. Isn't 8610 the minimum bill?
Yeah, so it should have been.
Okay, so let's do this. Oh, it made the sum of 1485, okay. Do you have a motion for that?
Motion to accept the abatement.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Any updates? Oh, Vicki, do you have any other, anything you wanna talk about?
Just, hot topping's done. Everything is done down there
I heard it was great.
that we wanted to get done. The only thing we didn't get accomplished that we wanted to because of time and weather was the approximately 300 feet on Jim's Head Road. That'll be put off till next year, next time.
All right. And, let's hope we get through the first two holidays with nothing to have. I haven't heard of anything.
I'm gonna say, it sounds decent for the next
So
few
good
weeks.
so
Yeah.
far.
Thanksgiving area looks all good.
Yeah.
Low 40s during the day. Low 30, maybe 29.
I guess you'll always wonder if you're gonna get your turkey hot or cold, right? Or reheated.
Usually that one's not as bad as what usually we
Yeah,
kind of plan around with Christmas time. But
right. Oh, well, we appreciate all you do, and really, it's really great that we have
we thank you.
our town public works doing our roads, because if we had it contracted out, I wouldn't have a lot of faith that they would, I mean, we're just at the end of pretty much at the end, or you can see it from here anyway, the end of the earth, right?
Yeah.
I've often told people to start rethinking
The beginning of the end.
Beginning.
Public comment? Barbara?
First, I'd like to thank Wanda Cory and whoever else helped her, Flatiron Corner.
Looks
Looks
great.
beautiful.
Oh, I
They've done
can't
the
wait to
trees, they've done lights all around it, it looks very nice, and I'd like to thank the people that came out and did that
I
today.
saw that.
The other thing I'd like to ask, and not to mention, not to ask you, but really refers to Mr. Huntley. A couple of meetings ago, we were talking about going on the dirt roads and filling in, you recall that?
Filling in what?
Filling in the holes, the
Yeah.
pothole. You're not done with that yet, are you?
No,
Okay.
no.
Just put Karen Place Code on that.
Oh, yeah.
on that
No.
list. Thank you, that's all I have.
Oh, okay, very good. Denise, anything? Ed? I hear you can see miles now.
Colors.
See through walls.
Colors.
That's cool. All right, well, I can entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?